We're the Legends of the Stoop. We're here to advocate,
Stoop.
educate, and inspire society.
Stoop.
Coming at you live from the South Side. Welcome back to Legends of the Stoop. I am your host, Mike Pernice. Today's edition is a little special here. Got my neighbor, my boy, my brother, Mike Desabato, joining me from Belly Capelli Academy. He's in cosmetology school right now. I needed fresh skis, so he's going to be hooking me up today. During this, we're basically just going to be chopping it up, just like we always do. Talking a little bit about his journey through cosmetology school, through the pandemic, challenges that's been presented to him, and his ability to adapt and overcome them, and then just looking forward to the future. So today, just like I said, just going to be getting a haircut, chopping it up. So let's get to it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so we're just gonna run this like a normal cut, we'll take you through all the steps and yeah, just BS a little along the way.
Yeah. So what I was thinking was, so you said like I have the drop fade kind of going on. So I've been like basically doing, it's like coming from like here. Mm-hmm. So I want like a little bit of this like side showing.
Yeah, for sure.
But like
it's not gonna be, it's gonna take you, the two will take you up. It'll be like what you have, the length you have at your sideburn right here is the length you'll have at the top.
Okay, perfect.
So
yeah, because I want it like,
it'll look clean.
Yeah, you know how I like the clean, that tight look on the side.
Yeah, for sure. It'll make the top look longer too.
And then the top, we'll get to the top after you finish like the side and the back.
Yep.
I'll fuck with it. But the premise, like what I'm trying to do, since I'm starting my student teaching, is like on days that I don't know, like I haven't asked them about the pony. I'm sure it won't be a huge deal.
Yeah.
But like when I want my hair to go down, I want it to.
You need to be able to have a professional look when you need to.
Right.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we'll adjust and go from the top like afterwards.
Yeah. So I just want to let you know now, like, whenever you take, and a lot of people have issues with this, and they don't really understand it when they come in, but whenever you want that long, you have a long top, right?
Yeah.
So they'll come in and they want this like super tight fade on the sides, but then on the top they want to keep it long, but they also want it blended, and that's just not possible.
Right.
Like, if you want it long, you're gonna have to keep length in the fade, because you're not going to be able to blend this, this long top into a two. It's just not possible.
Okay.
So, like, you're gonna have to. It's up to you, honestly. Like I don't know. We can try in different ways to style it with the undercut.
Okay.
But ultimately, that's what it's gonna be, is an undercut.
Okay.
Unless you want to take length off the top.
Okay.
So, I mean, we can work with the length on the top if you want to keep it.
Yeah. Like,
kind of long. Like, here, let me take this out of the pony real quick, and then we'll see. So, like, all right. I know a lot of guys, they like that pompadour look where you're gonna blow dry it and you're gonna kind of like, it's gonna have a lot of volume in the top, right?
Yeah.
And then it'll blend in here, but the length will be still up here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, that's a possibility, but obviously that will get rid of your ability to wear it in a man bun, like how you had it before. So those are your options, I guess, for a longer top with a fade.
Because what
as
about,
far as I'm concerned? But,
so like, I've been trying to find a way to like, I guess, style it where I can still keep the man bun.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But I want to be able to, I guess, like, pull it, like, slick it back. And I want the reason I like having that close side is because I want it defined. You know what I mean? Like, I want it like a slick back, defined look. And
so
add a little bit of the volume into it with like, you know, some mousse or something.
Yeah. So another thing that we can do is, again, it's tough to say because if you want that slick back look, right?
Yeah.
And I'll fade it, you know, so that when you slick it back, it's not hanging over in the back.
Okay.
I could do that, but I can't promise that there's going to be enough length to keep a man bun.
Okay.
That's, again, like, that's tough. It's tough to say. I can't predict with how low it's going to take the fade.
Yeah.
I can't predict. Yeah, it would be tough for me to say that you'll be able to keep a man bun.
Okay. I mean, that's fine.
I just don't, you know, again, like for everybody, this is the most important part of the cut, the consultation beforehand, because you want to be on the same page as your client.
Right.
You can't, like, that's how it is. Also, you're building trust, you're building a relationship with them just by, you know, listening to them and what they want, but also showing a little bit of your expertise and saying you don't want to lie to them and, you know, they want something that's not possible.
Right, yeah, you got to define the limitations with the haircut and especially with the amount of hair that they have present too.
Yeah. And I know you like to keep a lot on the top, just like that's just kind of for you, you know. But it's, you know, ultimately it's up to you. I just don't want to give you something that you're not gonna, you know, you don't want, because it's, you got to find that perfect balance.
Right.
You got to find the balance between what the client really, really wants and what's possible.
Okay.
So, what are we thinking after we talk? Yeah.
All right. So yeah, after talking with you, I think let's go with that. What you were just saying, like with the slick back, like you might not be able to put it in the man bun. I mean, that's okay because, like, you know, it's gonna grow anyways back.
Yeah.
So as long, like, I don't have to be able to necessarily put it in as long as it looks good, like slick back.
Yeah.
You know, with a little bit of volume with it.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, it's more about being professional right now than obviously what I want.
Exactly.
So, yeah, let's rock with that.
All right.
Let's see where it gets us.
For sure. Yeah. So, again, we can talk about the style more later. But just so like the volume aspect of the cut is gonna come from a blow dry.
Okay.
So, like, I mean, I could show you when we style at the end.
Okay.
We're just gonna have to, you know, you're gonna have to put in a little bit of work in the morning.
Yeah.
It's really not tough, but that's just something that's gonna end up. That's how you're gonna get the voluminous look.
Okay.
So, if you're okay with that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm perfect with it.
All right, cool. I'm gonna put up this top first.
So we're gonna do the side and the back, like the fade first.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So generally, you're gonna want to start with the fade, just because that's what you're bringing your hair into. So if you start with the top, then you're bringing your hair into something that's not going to be there anymore. Right. So it's kind of a waste. So yeah, most of the time we start with most of the time, I would say almost all the time, you're going to start with the back and sides. Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to get started and let's get the ball rolling, whatever your topics for discussion. Okay. Yeah.
All right, so let's start with the first one. Well, I want to give a little bit of a background on you first. So Mike graduated from W&J. He played soccer there all 4 years. Graduated with a biology degree, right? Or was it chemistry?
Chemistry.
Chemistry degree.
Yeah.
Worked at PPG for what, about 9 months?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I would say. Let's see. I started the end of July, End of July. It was like 2019,
right?
And then got laid off in the end of April 2020 just because of COVID.
Right.
And kind of was looking for something to do. And like since it's family business, you know, Bella Capelli, so I've been cutting hair I cut hair through college, just kind of something just to mess around with the boys and on the soccer team.
Yeah.
And
you cut my hair before.
Yeah, I cut your hair before, but like times. You know, it's the college cuts. You're not getting anything special. I'm not gonna lie and say I was any good.
Yeah.
But like, it was something that I enjoyed just because of the conversation, like that like barbershop type of atmosphere, you know.
Right.
So that was that's kind of what I was just thinking, like, hey, something to kind of kill the time. Might as well.
Right. No, you still laid off from PVG?
Yeah, it was indefinite.
Yeah.
Honestly, I didn't even get like a set kind of you're laid off type of thing.
Yeah.
I just got like a call and that was it. No papers, nothing. So no email, nothing that like in writing said, "Hey man, you're done here." But it was a blessing in disguise, I always say, because I was gonna quit anyway.
Yeah.
And then I got to rack some unemployment.
So then, what was like the moment that you decided, okay, like I'm just chilling at home right now, you know, like were you applying for other jobs with your chem degree and just like was not really finding stuff you were interested in, or was just like the next step was like, all right, I either go and get a master's or I go and do something else?
Yeah, so it was because of COVID, like I knew just like how labs were working. You know, people were laying off. They weren't hiring. 90% of like these businesses were in hiring freezes.
Right.
Right. So there's no way that I would have been able to find a job in a lab whenever I got laid off.
Right.
And they were, you know, like I said, it was the end of April, and what ended up happening was like I was just like doing some work up at Bella Capelli, just like doing some maintenance work, and they were telling me that they had a class starting on literally the Monday after I got laid off.
Oh, okay.
And they were just like, if you're not doing anything, just go for it. And I was like, yeah, what the heck? So that's kind of what led me there.
Right.
Really no roadmap of where I was going with it, but just again something I figured I'll pass the time.
So how far along are you in the program? And it's what, 9 months total, right?
Yeah. So a lot of people don't really know, but it's an hour. So cosmetology, barbering, esthetician, nail tech, all that stuff. They're hour-based programs.
Okay.
So for cosmetology, you need and that's the thing is that it's different in every state.
Right.
Pennsylvania, you need 1,250 hours.
Now, is that generally a lot? Like, is that more than most?
That is
average.
That is more than most. It's not the most. I want to say the most is 1,500. I could be wrong, but it's my guess. But some states go as low as 1,000.
Oh, okay.
So I'm pretty sure Florida. I don't know. Maybe Florida is one of those. I could be wrong, but there are states where it goes down to low as 1,000 hours, and you know and each of those fields like cosmetology, barbering, esthetician, nail tech, they're all different hours.
Right.
So cosmetology is being the longest because you kind of get a taste of everything.
Okay.
Whereas with barbering, you're only getting very heavy like clipper technical skills.
Okay.
And that's mainly that curriculum. Shaving, I think it's like 1,000 hours of cutting and $250 a shaving is like what the. Or sorry, yeah, I don't honestly I don't freaking know. I don't know. It's whatever. It's barbering is such a different
animal.
Yeah, than cosmetology. So cosmetology I know is a lot longer. I think barbering might be 800 hours.
Okay, so you're in the cosmetology program, not the barbering. So what does that all entail? So you're learning how to shave, cut hair, and what else?
Yeah, so in terms of like cutting, like what I'm doing today, the difference between a barber and a cosmetologist is the fact that barbers can use a straight razor.
Okay.
Cosmetologists are not licensed to use a straight razor. Alright? And I mean the thing is that I can still go to barbering school after cosmetology school.
Yeah.
And I won't have to go the full time because I have a ton of hours. Like
okay, so they like kind of roll over.
Yeah. A lot of the things transfer, especially with cosmetology, because like I said, it's more of a well-rounded. It's an overall type of field,
right?
Where you're getting every aspect of the beauty industry, cosmetology. Like I've learned, not only hair cutting but also color, nails, waxing. So that covers a very wide range of things.
Right. So it's basically like it's So from what my understanding is that cosmetology sounds like it's like the one-stop shop.
Yeah.
Where barbering is more like you're limited in what you can do.
Yeah, for sure. Now, like the thing with, I don't know. I think like, and obviously I'm biased because I'm in cosmetology school now.
Right.
But like, we're not getting the clipper cut, knowledge that barbering schools are getting.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm doing that a lot more on my own necessarily than learning it in school.
Okay.
And that's just something that is probably going to be found all across the board with cosmetology schools because it's girls that are going there. A lot of them want to do the color, right? A lot of them want to do.
Well, that's where you make the
nails.
Majority of your money too.
Exactly. So they're going to cater at the school to what the majority wants. So we're not getting a lot of men's cut classes,
right?
So I'm getting a lot of that on my own, which is fine. I don't mind that.
I mean, I know you guys have like the clinic, but I'm assuming that's closed due to COVID.
Correct.
So how have you been finding like private clients as of right now? Just like through word of mouth and like on like Instagram or?
Yeah. So I mean, luckily I got a solid friend group in Pittsburgh, and they're on board 100% with what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
So they all let me, just get practice on them, which I'm obviously so grateful for because without them, I mean, I wouldn't nearly be as comfortable as I am, just because, like I said, we're not getting those repetitions in cosmetology school. So
yeah, it's like one thing to cut the dummy's hair versus like an actual person's hair.
Yeah, exactly. And like a big thing is that with the mannequin hair, that hair isn't growing back. So we only have a certain amount of mannequins. You can't be doing a men's cut every day.
Right.
You're running. That's a waste of the mannequin.
Right.
So, I mean, and there's not many guys in the school that I can practice on.
Yeah.
So.
No, what is the mannequin? Like how many of those do you get? Like, what's your? So I know you get like a starter kit.
Yeah.
Right when you sign up and you get to go. So like, what's included in your kit?
Yeah. So we get basically all the basic necessities that you would need.
Mm-hmm.
All the the clippers, the combs, the shears, anything you would need to start out base level. You could go through all cosmetology school with with what you start with
Okay.
in the starter kit. And that's what we want. Like, we don't want to have to send kids to school and then have to go out and buy all this other shit because they can't do a good job with what we give them.
Right.
So, I mean, I personally, I mean, that's like something that I am there for, is just to show all the other students that you don't need all this fancy shit, because ultimately at the end of the day, like, I'm doing the cuts, you know.
Right.
This shit, like, that's not gonna make me a better barber.
Right.
That's not gonna make me a better cosmetologist, you know.
Yeah.
Having all the top of the line shit.
If you don't know how to use it.
Exactly. So that's like kind of what So I don't have everything that I use aside from literally this, a duster.
Yeah.
Like, that everything here that I'm using is in the starter kit.
Okay.
And I mean, I don't plan on getting any upgrades until I feel as if I'm worthy to use them.
Right.
You know, it's not worth it, in my opinion. And that's why a lot of times you see these guys that are just starting out, and they got like, what, $300 pair of clippers, more than that, you know?
Yeah.
Clippers are expensive, the high-end ones.
Right.
Dude, there's no need for you to invest that much money so early on. Like, that's not going to make you any better.
Right. It's all about the skill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
now, what do you prefer, the plastic guards or the metal guards?
So a lot of people move in. A lot of people, from what I've seen, they like the plastic guards. I've only ever used the plastic guards.
Mm-hmm.
Because the metal guards, like, it's a whole, like, separate blade, you know. So
yeah.
like, the way the plastic guard system works is, you know, you just have a lot more variability from what I've seen. But like I said, I've never used them, so can't really say too much about them. But I don't know. Yeah, the plastic guards work well. They got enough for what I'm looking for.
Yeah. So what's this whole experience been like, you know, going to cosmetology school during a pandemic? You know, I'm sure you guys have been shifting from, you know, total online to some hybrid and back and forth. What's that been like? I mean, obviously, you know, if you were to do this, you know, a year ago, you know, you were definitely going to be in person, have probably a totally different experience, especially with like the amount of men's cuts you could get from inside the clinic.
Yeah.
So like, what's this experience been like for you, and how have you had to adapt and overcome?
It's been tough, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, we're struggling in the schools, just in the sense that we don't get the opportunity to cut clients.
Mm-hmm.
And like, you get these other schools. There are schools right now that are accepting clients, but that's just because they have the capacity that we don't. We have way more students than they do.
Yeah.
So like, people don't understand that, is that like, other schools like are able to take clients because they don't have as many students as we do.
Right.
Which, like, that's just, you know, we are easily. I mean, Bella Capelli is easily the best cosmetology school in Pittsburgh, without a doubt.
Yeah.
So like, it's just like, I mean, that's a trade-off, I guess. So right now, because we have so many students, we can't be taking clients like that.
Right.
And, I mean, that's something that I guess I'd be willing to sacrifice. You know, we're getting a better education, but because of the circumstances, can't take those clients. But I don't know. It's all about the grind outside. Like, you should learn just as much outside as you do inside.
Right.
That's kind of where I've been at. I mean, I'm learning more and more every day with clients that I'm cutting. and every cut that I do is better and better each time. So,
yeah, I mean, I've definitely seen the improvement. You know, I've been checking in on the Instagram page when you've been posting your stories and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, the first cut I ever had whenever I started cosmetology school was you.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Out on the balcony.
Out on your balcony at the Stoop.
Let the hair blow all over the Carson Street deli.
Dude, that was the most disgusting thing I think I've ever been a part of. We straight up were cutting hair out on his balcony, and hair flying in the air into people's food from across the street. Gross.
Oh fuck! Hey, there was no cleanup though.
That is true. That is true. That makes my life a lot easier.
We had no cleanup.
Yeah. So listen. So because we decided on the to blend in, I'm gonna go up to a 3.
Okay.
Just makes it a little bit easier to blend.
Okay.
I was just letting you know. It's not gonna be like as tight as the 2 would be, but that's just what we have to do in order to get this blended.
Okay.
And like I said, I mean, hell, I don't know who's gonna listen to this. Like, might be a guy listening to it that's like, dude, this dude's an idiot. Like, you could just do this. Well, I mean, I'm still in school. I'm still learning every day. Like, I'm trying to learn from anybody I can.
Right.
You know, so I'm not like acting like I got the fucking special sauce over here that nobody else has.
Yeah.
I'm learning every day.
Now, like, do you like go on and like watch like YouTube videos like for like extra stuff, or like, you know, what's like your, I guess, like out of the classroom like learning experience like?
Yeah, so I'm looking. I watch cutting tutorials, fade tutorials. I watch it literally any chance I get.
Yeah.
Like in school, out of school, late at night, taking a shit. That's what I'm watching. And it's fun. Like, it's fun. Like, I wish that I had the platform to do that. Maybe one day I will, you know? But it's I find that just enjoyable, and it's making me better, you know?
Yeah.
So, some of the guys that I watch, you know, I'm sure everybody's familiar. Vic Blends. He, up and coming. He's real young. I mean, I shouldn't even say up and coming. The man is, I mean, he's got millions of followers on TikTok. That's kind of where he blasted off, is on TikTok.
Okay.
Moved on to YouTube. Got like, I would say like 50,000. I don't know at this point, but like 50K subscribers right now on YouTube.
Yeah.
He's more so on the personal brand side of things.
Mm-hmm.
He's moved away from the cutting aspect.
Yeah.
Which like is cool. It's cool, but like obviously he's more so for the what I can aspire to. Like,
right.
I mean, he made it, and he's 21, I think. Like, he's cutting NLE Choppa, he's cutting rappers, like, on set all the time.
Right. Yeah,
so,
that's pretty dope. That'd be one hell of an experience.
Yeah, without a doubt. And I mean, being so young, like, it's unheard of.
Right.
But so I watch him more so for the lifestyle, like the lifestyle, personal brand type look.
Mm-hmm.
Now, like in terms of cutting, I watch a lot of, for fades, I watch a lot of 360 Jeezy. He's out in California, and he's got like 3 million subscribers on YouTube, and his fades are nice.
Yeah,
and it's crazy to me. It is crazy to me. You read the comments section, he's got haters on there.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, hell, like, if these dudes commenting have crispier fades, like the I don't know, man. I don't even know. That shit is wild to me.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm sure there are dudes better than him, but in terms of like YouTube and tutorials and shit, he's pretty top tier.
Yeah.
Another guy that I really like is based out in the UK, and he's more of like a a style type artist when it comes to men's cuts.
In terms of like line design,
So
or
no. So like 360 G's like straight fades.
Okay.
All right, but Regal Gentleman is the name of the channel, and he does more like it's not about the fades. He does more like he could do anything from fades up to a long length haircut.
Mm-hmm.
So it helps me because considering the fact that not all of my friends want fades. I do long hair too. Like I have a buddy, he has long hair, and I need to learn how to cut him too. Right. That's where I think cosmetology school benefits me, is I can do that. Whereas you get a lot of barbers right now, and I'm not trying to hate. It's just what I see and my personal experience. You get a lot of barbers out there that have they're infants when it comes to using scissors. Yeah. And I don't know. What do you think? Like, whenever I go to a barber shop, I feel as if that they have no clue what they're doing with the scissors.
Yeah, no, I've definitely have had that experience. I mean, it's taken me a while to find a good, consistent, haircut. Like, I've bounced around to several different barber shops down in Pittsburgh, in downtown. Yeah. And, the only one I truly like, and I've gone back to now a couple times, is my boy Kenny Sutton. He owns Game of Fades. Okay. It's over in Bloomfield. It's actually right up the street from where Dale's Pizza was. Okay. Him and then the two guys in his shop, they're pretty good. They're pretty damn good.
For sure.
And Kenny has real good clipper skills. Yeah. And when I walked in there the first time, and I hadn't had my top cut, because when you cut it the first time, you just did the sides and the back. Yeah. Remember? Yeah. So I hadn't had my top cut since March. At this point, it was Halloween time, so it's almost 8 months of just the top growing. Yeah. And I was like, hey man, I need some of the top cut off, and he seemed to know what he was doing, in terms of being able to blend the top in with the fade and stuff like that. So, but yeah, in past experiences, there's been some barbers where even when I was had my hair short on the top, how I used to have it, it was what the hell are you doing to the top of my head? Yeah. It's choppy almost.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just that I don't know. And it might just be the fact that the barber schools in Pittsburgh just aren't up to par with a lot of places. And again, no disrespect, it's just what people say. I haven't heard of a single person that enjoyed their experience in barber school in Pittsburgh. You get dudes that come to Bella Capelli because they don't want to be, because they checked out the barber school and didn't like it. Yeah. That's just...
What are even some of the top barbering schools around here?
Couldn't even tell you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because the only schools I know are you guys, Empire, and North Hills Beauty Academy.
Yeah, those are all cosmetology schools.
Right.
Those aren't barber schools. You get barbering school at Pittsburgh. That's the only one I know.
Okay.
But I don't know, man. It's just it's weird. I don't know. You can't. Again, I can't say. I never went to school there. It's just what I hear.
Right.
So. Yeah, right now I'm just working on the fade. First thing you do, you want to set in your guidelines. That's a very important step, So I set in my guidelines, and then you want to just kind of work down. I like to work down. So I work bottom up, but some people, they flick out the line and then work up. Mm-hmm. I like to go up and then work my way down in each section.
Okay.
So it's
So when you go to set a guideline, what do you? I mean, obviously, I'm assuming it depends on like what type of cut they're getting.
Yeah.
But generally speaking, you know, what are like your where are the points, I guess, in which you place a guide and like what's it primarily used for?
Yeah, so it depends on where you want the depends on how high you want the fade first.
Okay.
So you like a little drop fades. So I took you from like your eyebrow here is where I set the bald line.
Okay.
All right. I come down to your occipital.
Okay.
And then back up to the other side.
Mm-hmm.
And then usually you want to do about an inch sections for each of your transitions.
Okay.
Meaning like I'm gonna start out with the trimmer.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll do the clipper. You have the lever here, right?
Yeah.
And you can open that up like this.
Okay.
All right. And that's gonna move the blade up or down.
Okay.
So when the blade's open, that means the blade is down, and you get a longer cut. If it's closed, the blade is up, and the moving blade, and then that gets it tighter.
Okay, so
right.
one's just more precise than the other one?
It's just
is that what I'm getting?
Different lengths.
Okay.
So what I do is I start with the trimmer, and I create my bald line.
Right.
And then I go in no guard open, and then I go one guard open, and I go two guard open, and then I kind of just flick out to the top.
Okay.
And then after that, you go in again. First, you want to knock out that bald line.
Yeah.
All right, so you go no guard, and you just work. So like, if I got my blade closed here, right? So I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna open it the whole way because that was my second guideline. All right, and I'm gonna just close it a little bit. I'll flick out.
Yeah.
All right, just to soften the line. I'll close it a little more, flick out a little more, close it all the way, and then by the time I close it all the way, it should get the line out.
Okay.
And then at the end of the cut, you go through, you detail. You know, you get the lines that you missed, you get the dark spots, all that shit. So right now I'm doing the second line, which is with this half guard.
Okay.
And this is a pretty important step because I think, in my opinion, this half guard, like, it definitely is the key to the transition, for me at least. That's my personal opinion. If you don't get this half guard in, you're gonna have a really harsh light to dark transition. And that is not what you want.
Now, what have you found to be like the easiest, I guess, like style to cut in terms of like considering the person's like hair color, and then choice of like fade and stuff? Like, what have you found to be the easiest, and then what have you found to be the hardest?
So, I mean, obviously you get the guys that come in that don't like to do anything crazy, and they just like a simple one length going up on the side and blending the top. Takes me about 20 minutes, 15 maybe. And I feel bad because it's like I feel like they don't get the experience that like I'm giving people when I take my time with the fades. Because it's like, I mean, obviously we're doing an interview. This is gonna take a little bit just because I'm not focusing solely on the cut. I'm bullshitting. We're trying to get these questions out. But whenever, if I'm cutting just straight up, I mean, obviously I'm still bullshitting with the client. We're having a conversation, but I can knock a haircut out 40 minutes, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
A good goal is to do a solid fade in 30 minutes. I'm just not there yet. It's
yeah, I
totally
mean,
okay.
that takes practice.
Yeah. So, which is kind of where I'm at now. But
now, do you do a lot? Have you done a lot of like line work in terms of like adding designs in, or not yet?
nah. Most of the guys that I'm cutting aren't that crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be awesome to have that experience, but for where I'm at right now, it's just that's not what I'm mainly focusing on right now.
Right.
I mean, that's a next step type of deal.
Right.
You know?
Like once you get your like groundwork like pretty set and like you're comfortable with doing everything, like, you know, from the fades to the top, beards, like I feel like the line is like really, then it's like, okay, you take your expertise to like that next level.
Yeah, you want to level up. And like it's okay to take your time with, you know, your skill set, because nobody's gonna hop in and be like the next greatest barber of all time from a couple months.
Right.
It's just not gonna happen. These guys.
Unless you're Porco.
Nah, Porco knows the grind too. I mean, I haven't talked to him about it yet. I would love to hit him up soon, but like, I don't know what he wants to do with it. If he's serious about it, then like, yeah, it'd be great to talk to him about it. If you're just doing it for fun, that's totally cool too.
Yeah.
But
so then, what are your plans with this as of right now?
Yeah.
Like,
so
what are you looking? Are you still like actively looking for jobs with your chem degree, or is this like kind of like the new path that you're on, and like is this what you want to take your next step with?
Yeah, I mean, I got a lot of options,
right?
Which is good. Like, I don't really know what my next move is. Like a really cool thing that I have access to is we have a really great friend. He's based out of Harrisburg.
Mm-hmm.
Master barber out in Harrisburg, and I like if I really wanted to take the next step with barbering, I know that I'm gonna have to go out and hopefully apprentice with him.
Yeah.
Like that's just the obvious next step for me if I wanted to continue with this. But I mean, everything's still on the table in terms of just like where I can go. Mm-hmm. Like obviously I still have this chem degree that I can work with.
Yeah.
And who knows where life's gonna take me. I'm just kind of working with what's in front of me right now, and that's being in school, and I can try my best to become the best barber I can, the best cosmetologist I can be right now.
Right.
You know, down the line, if I want to make the switch and I want to take the next step in barbering, then Harrisburg might be the place for me.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, we'll see. I don't know yet. I can't give you a straight answer on that one.
Yeah.
All right. So, fade's pretty much looking all right. You know, we're gonna have to touch up some detailing, and that's cool too. Like everybody's gonna have the detail work. I'm gonna spin you around, show them the blend. You know, so. Yeah, we can. Yeah, so it's you know, we're getting there. It's gonna take a little bit more work. The lighting in here isn't great, so you got the shadows. So don't be judging me too hard on it. I promise you, it looks pretty buttery, but we can work on detailing this up right now. And that's just about using the corners. You know, you want to look at the dark spots you got in here, and you just want to work your corners in. So pick out what you got dark in here, work your corners, and it just makes it. And that's what sets you aside. You know, if you just go through and you just start blending, and that's all you do, like you're not gonna have that buttery outcome at the end. And It's all about patience. It's all about getting your eyes away from the blend at times to kind of readjust them. It's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot that goes into it, more than just, doing the cut.
Well, yeah, I mean, dude, it's an art.
Yeah.
Like, it's not, you know what I mean? Like, I've always thought of, like, a barber or hairdresser as an artist, really. I mean, the hair is your canvas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Barbers have a lot of power, man. A lot of power.
Oh, for sure.
They can make or break you.
Yeah, I mean, have you ever just, like, walked out and, like, looked at your haircut and you're like, wow, this is not what I wanted. This is terrible. And it's like your self-confidence just kind of, like, gets a kick in the ass.
Exactly. It's tough, man. It's tough.
You're rocking baseball caps for the next 2 weeks until it grows back enough that you can go get it fixed.
Oh, yeah. And I'm not a hat person, man. I got these big ass fucking ears. I cannot rock a hat. So if I don't have a nice cut and I'm going out, it's not a good look for me. So, but I'm in between barbers right now too. Like, I mean, that's the name of the game though. Like, if you're the barber, you're the last person that's gonna get cut.
Yeah.
So I don't have time right now.
So is there just an endless line of barbers cutting other barbers' hair?
Could be. Could be. I don't know. I haven't. I mean, I'm sure if you're working in a shop, they're all cutting each other up, like
right.
But like where I'm at right now, I don't have anybody right now that I really trust to cut my hair.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just don't have. There's not a barber. I like I said, I'm in between. I don't know. I was going to a shop. Like, I'm not gonna name names, but like, and I've heard people complain about the shop as well. Like, not just me, but they they just don't take the time to form the clientele. They don't take the time to form a relationship with you.
Yeah.
They don't take the time to really care about you at all, and people notice that shit.
Yeah. Now, what would you say is the most important thing involving like the haircut experience? Is it like the conversations that you have? Is it the design, like your work, or is it a combination? What do you set as like the most important thing for you, like as being like a professional within this field?
Yes, it's without a doubt a combination. I mean, you definitely have to be a conversationalist. Nobody, like, people come to the barbershop. I mean, I think it's kind of have lost that, and you don't get a lot of that in Pittsburgh just because, like, I don't know, I don't know, like, I wish it was like that. I would love for it to be like that, but the old school barbershop mentality is you go in, it's a home away from home, you can go bullshit. People, you get the old heads, they hang out there all fucking day.
Right. Yeah, it's like a community, like, gathering center.
And I don't know of a single barbershop in Pittsburgh that I've been to that is like that.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are some. Like, don't get me wrong. But for me, I haven't found that yet. I would love to find that.
Yeah.
Because that's the type of barbershop I want to be in.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, what is it? Is it Friday Night Lights or Remember the Titans? Where they meet, and I think it's Remember the Titans, where after like the games and stuff, like all the dads and shit like meet in the barbershop.
Yeah.
And like
you always see,
chop up.
Exactly. You always see in the barbershop the old heads talking about the next up and coming guy that's gonna make it out of the city.
Right.
Like, and I don't know. I don't see that in Pittsburgh. So if anyone's got a barbershop like that, I would love to hear it. But because I would love to be there. So maybe that's where I need to be. Maybe I need to open up my own barbershop. But like, I don't know. I don't really know if I want to be the town barber.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's for me. So we'll have to see. But
so what's your experience been like, since you already went through schooling and got a degree and everything, and then coming back into school, obviously a different type of schooling, comparative to getting a chemistry degree. What's been like the adjustments in terms of just like how you learn, how you study, like that type of stuff? Because I know you guys still like take like tests and
without a doubt,
all that kind of stuff. So what's that like? I guess experience like from a university setting to then like a what I would call what's it called, like a skilled like a trade, like almost like a trade school.
It's easy, man. It's really, I mean, it's no comparison without it. Like, obviously I still gotta learn, and I am learning, but I mean, I'd be lying if I said it's as hard as some of the chem exams that I've taken before.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't have a hard time studying. Like, that's just, I've always been my head in the books type person.
Right.
So it's not tough for me.
Yeah. Has the transition from like going from a full in-person experience like you had in college to this like hybrid / all online, has that been an adjustment for you, or you kind of taken it?
Without a doubt. I mean, it's gonna be an adjustment for anyone, but I haven't. It's really not that bad. I mean, people talk about it like it's like, oh my god, like I can't do this. And some people maybe they can't, but for me, it's if you're passionate about something, if you're trying to grind for something, then I mean, there shouldn't be many excuses for why you can't do it. And I think the school has done a good job at like being able to say like, I don't know, there shouldn't be many excuses for people on why they aren't successful. Like there are people that say all the time like, oh, I'm not getting the education that I want. Like I'm not going to be as prepared as other people coming out of school. And I don't know. I think that's bullshit because at the end of the day, it's all about adapting.
Right.
And if you can't adapt, then you weren't meant to be in it anyway. And that's with any field, not just cosmetology. So that's kind of where I'm at on that. I think it's bullshit if you have any type of excuse. If you're gonna blame something about not making it, then you're just like, you're just saying like, yeah, I don't want to put the time, I don't want to put the work in, so I can just blame it on somebody else, and it's not my fault.
Right.
And at the end of the day, if you can look at yourself in the mirror and really believe that, then by all means. But I personally could not.
Yeah.
So
I know like personally the most, I'd say the most difficult part about the like online rendition of school, because like this semester I only had one class that remained hybrid for pretty much the entirety of the semester. The hardest part was honestly just like being motivated for the day, like not so much like getting the work done. It was just more or less like I fell into this routine of like, it's like, oh, I'm waking up, I'm rolling out of bed right onto my laptop, and then I'm just sitting there in like Zoom lectures for 6 hours a day. And then it's like on top of that, then I also have to spend like another like 6 hours still on the computer doing like the work then afterwards, and I felt like I was just mentally like drained by the end of the semester from it.
No doubt. Yeah, that's I mean, being in front of the computer a lot, that takes a toll on a lot of people.
Yeah, just like sitting
Yeah.
For that long. You know what I mean? Just like not being able to like get up and just like walk from like one class to another, just like that nice like little like 10-minute break that you get to like walk in between classes or something, or if you have like a little bit longer break, pop in the library, grab a coffee, sit down for a minute or two.
See the blend. Yeah. So yeah, no, I mean that's definitely tough because a lot of people, it was built into their schedule for them.
Yeah.
And now you need to schedule yourself, you know? And like again, nothing's preventing you from doing that, It's just obviously a little bit tougher when it's not scheduled for you.
Right.
And yeah, I mean,
what's your schedule like? Is it like are you just like a set time, like a 9 to 5, like every like Monday through Friday? Like what's your schedule been like?
Yeah, so I'm Monday through Friday, 9 to 4:30. You get a 30-minute lunch. So we're there for we're clocking 7 hours a day, 35 hours a week.
Okay.
And that maps out to right around 9 months. So that's the program. It's going to be around 9 months. All right, bro. So now, obviously, there's going to be some length taken off. So just want you to know.
Mentally prepared.
Yeah. It's not going to be a lot. Don't worry. You still get the slick back look.
Okay.
And and if you want, I can also I could style it so that you got, you can also do like kind of like not a comb over necessarily, but you can style your hair in a way in which it's you can do a lot with it. Okay. That's what I'm saying. So is that something that you want it? Do you want a set look or do you want variability?
Okay. Well, lay out the difference in the option.
Okay. So if I can cut your hair. Yeah. In the way that you're gonna wear it, which like the way that you're telling me right now how you're gonna wear it.
Which means
what? Is the slick back.
Okay, which means what though?
Which means that if you
if
you wear it, so like I can cut your hair in the slick back look.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's gonna look great in the slick back look.
Yeah.
Right?
But
if you like wanna like lay it down anyway, it's just gonna look like an undercut.
Okay.
Or what I can do is I can cut you to which no matter which way you lay it, it's gonna blend. Now it's obviously the one way is gonna leave a lot more length on the top.
Which would be
because I'm not gonna be cut. Yeah, because I'm not gonna be cutting anything from here up.
Okay.
All right. But if I give you this other, if I cut it the other way, it's going to be a lot more versatile and you can mess around with different styles.
Okay.
So it just is up to you. And I know because this is a transition for you from a different style that you were wearing before, I don't I want to give you as many options just in case you don't necessarily like the one, like maybe the slick back isn't working for you.
Okay.
I want you to be able to do something else with it.
Let's do the varied approach.
Yeah. I like that better as well. And I'll keep as much length as I can on the top.
Okay.
No, don't get me wrong. Like I'm gonna keep as much as I can. Just we're gonna have to take off some in order to blend.
Yeah. I got you.
All right. Cool. So what barbershop have you been going to recently?
Game of Fades.
Yeah.
Over in Bloomfield.
Yeah. Okay.
And yeah, like I said, the guy that cuts my hair is the owner. His name's Kenny.
Okay.
He started. Did you ever hear of Primetime downtown?
Nope.
So it's a barbershop downtown by the 7-Eleven.
Okay.
He started there, and I forget how long he said he was there for, but and then he just like branched off and decided to open up his own shop. Actually opened it like right, I think he said like right before COVID hit.
Yeah.
Like a month or two beforehand.
Okay.
And has survived, has like done well enough to like, keep up on his rent and utilities and everything, but is obviously, struggling more than he predicted.
Yeah.
Just because with COVID and just like the shutdown and stuff, like people aren't out walking around anymore. And, if it was pre-COVID times for his location, he would definitely, I feel like, be seeing a lot more of that walk-in traffic. Just because of like his location being like pretty prime time, in my opinion.
Okay.
But it seems like he has a pretty solid clientele, like very loyal.
Yeah.
Pretty much every time I go in there, I always see at least one person that I've seen there, like during a previous haircut. So I'd say like the loyalty factor is definitely there for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like I said, I bounced around from several different barbershops in my time of living down in the city. And so far I think this is probably like definitely my favorite and my go-to.
Yeah.
Mostly too, just like he always just finds a way to like fit me in too.
Nice.
And it's just like every time I walk in, it's just like, hey, like
he remembers you.
Yeah, he remembers me.
Yeah.
Like he definitely knows how to build and maintain relationships. Like very comfortable person to talk to.
Yeah.
It's just like everything that is like that shop to me offers like that well-rounded experience where it's not like I'm just sitting in a chair, kind of thing. And I'm in and out in like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, when I go, it's usually like I'm there for like at least an hour.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah. That how much is he charging you, if you don't mind me asking?
When I go get what was it, the last time with the fade and the little bit he took off the top and the beard, tip included, was like 35.
Nice.
So I mean, I found that to be like that. That's a pretty that's actually a little bit lower than I was paying at some shops. Some shops, and that's like with tip included, was like 40, 45. So he's a little bit on the lower side, but I feel like he gives me a nice deal. One, I'm a student still, and two, we've talked about getting him on the pod as well.
Nice.
And helping him like set up with a website and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely a great guy to know. And
yeah,
next time you need a cut,
I would love to check him out.
Yeah,
for sure.
They use what's it called? Not the cut. Bookski.
Okay.
Bookski, I think is what that app is called.
Yeah, I mean all these barbers, they got their own. They got apps that they use.
Right.
So yeah, no, I mean I could grab his information from you another time. My thing is like what I like to, I don't know. For me personally, there is in this again. I don't want to disrespect anybody, but there's not a single barber in Pittsburgh, in my opinion, that has the right to be charging any more than $30 for a cut.
Yeah.
And that was a big problem that I had with my old barber shop is, okay, because the way that you set up a price for your cuts is you base it off of how busy you are, ultimately. If you got a lot going on, you got a full book, then by all means, you got to raise your price, all right? Because you got to start, you're too busy, all right? So that's just basically, it's supply and demand,
right?
Ultimately, and whenever I don't know, it's just you get a lot of these barbershops that they'll start just like randomly upping the price on you, and it's like, first off, you're not doing that good of a job. I promise you that. Like, in no way do you deserve to be charging me that much for a cut.
Yeah.
Like, that's just, you know.
Yeah, like, in my opinion, I would say, like, that for standard, like, fade, you know, everything like that, with, like a fade and a trim on the beard.
Yeah.
Like, to me, like, that $30-$40 range seems right.
Mm-hmm.
Then obviously, like, if you're getting design put into your head, like, that's obviously gonna bring the charge up.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, yeah, I agree. Like, for a fade and for a trim of the beard, like, if I'm paying more at the base, like, without the tip included, more than like 40, then I'm like, you know,
yeah.
Unless it's like the best fucking haircut I've ever gotten. I was cut with God's shears, you know.
So here's my thing, is that guys know how to take care of their barbers, all right, and they know that their barbers, they have a lot of power in terms of what they can do for you.
Yeah.
I mean, but what happens is that you get these guys that they don't give a shit. It's all about the money to them, and they want to just. I mean, the last barbershop I was at, they just straight up were like random times, like, hey, it's gonna be like $5 more this time.
Yeah.
It's like, what the wow, you're not. Yeah. It's not like you're doing any better. You don't even know my name. Like, relax. I know your barbershop's not doing that well.
Right.
Like, I've been around the game for not just cutting hair. Like, I mean, we've been in the beauty industry for a long time, my family. I know when a business is thriving.
Right.
So, I don't know. I just think that if you're going to be, you got to be straight up with your clients. And at the end of the day, if you take care of them, they take care of you.
Yeah.
Like, when I had a barbershop, I had a barber when I was in college, all right? She was fantastic, all right? And she had a great deal for the students, $14 cuts. You slide her a 20 at the end of the day, everything's golden.
Right.
All right? And I took care of her when she took care of me. So, like, I'd always slide her a 20, but sometimes, like, holidays come around and shit, like, I'll give her 40. Like,
yeah.
Like,
or she fit you in a pinch.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if she's gonna do something, like, and that's just about having a relationship with someone. That's, like, not even business necessarily.
Right.
But it's like, you gotta be, I don't know. There's a lot of, there's just a lot that goes into it, and I think a lot of these guys, a lot of times you see, and it's unfortunate that they just care about the money.
Yeah, it's like they're overlooking every other part of the experience, because they're like, oh, you know, as long as I give them that the haircut that they want, it's decent enough, you know, I have all the right to charge what I'm charging, or, you know, they can go find somebody else.
So,
yeah, it's looking crisp.
Yeah, this cut up top.
Yeah.
I just, like I said, I blended it. This is just called, like, it's just an overall even cut, you know. I blended it on both sides, okay, and in the back. And that way, if you want to put it this way, it's going to blend in on this side.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
So if you want to put it this way, it's going to blend in.
Okay.
All right. If you want to put it this way, it's going to blend in. All right.
Yeah.
If you want to put it back, it's going to blend in.
Nice.
All right.
Nice. Versatility, Mike.
Yeah,
versatility.
That's all it is, man.
Name of the game.
That's all it is. So I'm just going to, you know, clean some things up.
Now, how much off the top do you think you took off?
Well, you were pretty uneven, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
So I took off, like, I would say from this side of your head.
Yeah.
It was pretty uneven. I took off like, I mean,
holy fuck.
Yeah.
Dude, is like all the platinum gone out of my head now?
It's pretty close.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, you definitely don't have that fucking e-boy look anymore. But that's probably a good thing being a teacher.
Yeah, dude. You know, I think I dyed that shit like right at the end of July too, or early August.
I remember you texted me. You wanted me
to
tone it for you. I was like, bro.
What did you do to yourself? No, it was alright. I rocked it for a little bit.
Yeah, no, I mean, I didn't mind it.
Once I got the purple shampoo in there, after like about like a couple uses with the purple shampoo, it toned it down, and with the sun bleach in it, it didn't look awful.
Yeah. No, I mean, I wasn't mad about it, but it's a crapshoot when you're using box dye. Yeah. You really don't want to do that.
Yeah, I heard it like really ruins your hair.
Yeah, it's not the best quality.
Yeah.
You know, so whenever you have, you know, you don't, and obviously you don't know how to, you don't know how to do your hair. Like, you don't know how to color your hair. You're not educated in it.
Right.
You know, and that's what a lot of people don't understand, is that they want to, you know, try out all these things, but like, you don't know how it works.
Right.
You know, so you're just throwing chemicals in your hair. You can really fuck yourself up. And like, it's bad. And it makes it 10 times harder for a actual licensed professional to come in and fix it.
Right. Yeah, that's like, I think it was my sister. She was like, you know, why don't you just go get it fixed? And I was like, nah, you know, I'm just going to let my hair grow and just get it all cut out and be back to my base. Because you can't dye back to your base color. I mean, you can, like, it'll just never match correctly.
Yeah, I mean, you could give it a shot, but ultimately, yeah, you're going to have to.
Like, you can get it very close, but it'll never, like, that dyed part would never dye to, like, back to the base color of your hair.
For sure.
Especially with mine, because it's that, I got a weird, like, blonde, brown mix.
And then also another thing is just like, if you just want to like be casual about it, like put some product in there and it can just be like that. Like, you know, there's a lot of versatility with this look. Okay. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Personally, that's like the bedhead messy top.
Right.
You know, I mean, I'll put some product in it for you.
Yeah, we'll style it up.
Style it up. But let me brush you off here. Now let me ask you something. COVID and everything. I know you had a lot of events planned for the Stoop.
Yeah.
Where are those at?
You know,
where are you at with those?
As of right now, I mean, we threw the virtual benefit back in August.
Right.
Which was supposed to be an in-person block party. Had to pivot at kind of the last minute. But as of right now, you know, as you know, moved out of the Stoop, moved back home with the parents. Due to the student teaching and just needing to save up some money as I end my career here in college, so I can step out if I need to in terms of like getting a job. But yeah, the next step, so like I'm looking at either getting the Ford Transit, or I've also been like kind of debating on getting a short school bus.
Okay.
And converting it into like a mobile podcast like studio / just like my like workspace.
Yeah.
And using it on weekends and stuff as like a camping like thing, you know, and then do some road tripping and stuff. So basically like taking the podcast on the road is like the next step. In terms of events, I'm gonna try and plan another benefit for this summer. hopefully, like, my goal is to do it again like that late July, early August. So I'm hoping by then, like, small venue concerts would be like allowed. Like, that stuff's gonna be like back. But if not, you know, we know how to do online shows now. I have a better platform in which to broadcast them now. So if needed, then, you know, we'll pivot online again like we did this past one.
Yeah.
You know, first one raised a little over $500. It was split amongst the 4 nonprofits that we partnered with. So next goal is obviously to double that.
Yeah, of course.
You know, try and hit over 1,000. You know, switch up the lineups, get different people involved. Add some things in. Like, I like to add like some more choreographed dancers, a couple more comedians, just like maybe even just try and extend it into like a 2-day, like a part 1 and a part 2. But I don't know. We'll see. I got the ideas. I got the game plan.
Real quick, do you want me to trim up the whole beard just to get it even, or do you cool with this and you just want me to kind of fade in and line up?
Yeah, even roll out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still keeping it a lot of length on here, just so you know. I'm just making sure you don't got any stragglers and shit. And
making it look crisp.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it'll look
nice. Yeah, I hate clean shaving anymore.
Yeah, I was growing out the beard and decided to clean shave it, just, you know, give it a fresh canvas to grow on again.
Yeah, I don't mind doing a clean shave if like I go like Kenny does the straight razors.
Yeah.
Like, I don't mind getting that done if I want the clean shave. But anymore, when I use like my razor, I just break out anymore.
Yeah, I hear you.
And like, it just like, I don't know. I'm just like, why clean shave if I'm gonna break out? I'd rather just keep the beard on. You know what I mean? Just keep it looking professional.
Yeah, I mean, the beard look, like, you can grow it a half decent beard. So yeah, you can definitely still keep it professional. Just gotta obviously get it lined up every once in a while and, you know, trim it down. I'm sure you got your own pair of clippers or something at home.
Dude, that's what I need to get.
It's definitely a nice investment just to like work on the beard at home, you know.
Yeah, I want to get a Manscaped.
Yeah, man, I haven't used one yet, but I only heard good things. So.
Because I've had this Phillips one, but it's kind of starting to shit the bed.
For real.
Yeah, it's just I've noticed like it's like jammed up, and it like creates like a choppy cut.
Gotcha.
It's not. It honestly kind of just fucking hurts using it. It's like almost like pulling the hair out,
really,
instead of like cutting.
Yeah.
I mean, it was only like a $30 like clipper.
Yeah.
That I got on Amazon, but yeah, I definitely need to make the investment.
It's definitely a solid investment to make.
So for you to use the straight razor, you would have to go to the barbering program, right?
Correct.
There's not just a straight razor license.
Nah, there's not, unfortunately.
Damn.
I mean, that would be ideal.
That would just make things so much easier.
Yeah, it's just ass. I gotta go through another however many hours.
Right.
Just to get that. So let me get up here, get these edges too looking nice and crispy. officially begin.
No, so you like, you know how you one touch this up on the side?
Yeah.
If a barber didn't automatically go and do that, by the end of the cut, I already know I'm not coming back.
Dude, swear to God.
That's honestly one of the things that pisses me off is when I have to ask the barber to do that.
Yes, bro. It's
crucial,
man.
Yeah.
It's crucial.
You just did all this hard work, putting a nice fade in, you know what I mean, like blending shit, and like you're not gonna press the edges.
It is a crucial point of the cut, without a doubt. And like obviously, the straight razor just like crisps it that much more. And unfortunately, with where I'm at, I cannot offer that. But eventually, I'll get there, you know?
And like you said, you'll get there. You know what I mean? It's like you need to build. You have to become solid with your foundation before you start trying to take on too much. You know what I mean?
Yep. And I was talking to my cousin the other night, and we were just talking about how with today's day and age, like people, they're always looking for that instant gratification. You know, they can't. They want to be the best of the best right now.
Right.
You know, and I fall into that too. Don't get me wrong. Like I, without a doubt, get into that habit where I'm like, damn, I wish I could just, you know, that get rich quick scheme.
Right.
Let me just, I gotta figure it out. And that's tough because we see it on YouTube, you know? All these kids our age see it on social media. These kids that are doing fucking nothing and making millions of dollars for it. TikTok stars. Kids 18 years old making millions of dollars. And we see that every day. And we're like, fuck.
Why can't that be
Why
me?
can't that be me?
Why didn't my TikTok blow up? But
Yeah.
his did.
Yeah. And it's like, he's not doing anything special, but at the end of the day, he's doing what you're not fucking doing what he's doing. You know? It's gonna take work. It takes effort.
Yeah.
Every single time. It takes, no matter what you do, there's no get rich quick scheme. Like anybody that's making any sort of money, it takes effort. And that's what a lot of kids don't understand.
Yeah.
So, I mean, again, I fall into that trap as well a lot of times. And I admit it. But at the end of the day, having that self-awareness and being like, I know it's going to take work. I know it's going to take effort. So...
Yeah, I mean, it's all about respecting the process.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, obviously, it'd be nice if you could snap your fingers and boom, it happens overnight. But then it's like, do you really then appreciate what it took to get there?
All right, so let me just tell you real quick how you're about to do this. All right, so I like this. Like I said, this is a great look. Just messy. It's even on all sides. It's blended.
Yeah.
All right. All you got to do.
Now, what are you using?
This is some. It's called Maverick Dry Paste by Paul Mitchell.
Yeah, flash it up.
Yeah, it's gonna be backwards, but Maverick Dry Paste. And this is all you need. Listen, this biggest mistake is people, they put so much fucking product in their hair. All right. That much. All right.
Just a dab on the finger.
That's it. All
now,
right.
is this like a matte finish?
Yeah,
gloss?
matte finish.
Yeah.
Matte finish. All right. Rub it all throughout your hands. All right. And literally just start in the back. All right, and then work your way forward and just pull all that hair up. All right. You want to rub it through your fingers because that's how you're running your fingers through your hair.
Right.
You know. So you want to run it, get it all through the hair. All right, and then you just work. Pick it pieces. All right. Just pick it pieces until you get the desired result that you like. You know. Doesn't have to. It's not a process. You know. It's not a long ass fucking process you got to go through. You know. It's real quick. I know people.
No. Do you suggest wetting the hair?
No.
Dry hair.
Dry hair.
Okay.
All right. When you put product in your hair, dry. All right. Because what's gonna happen to your hair when it's wet? It's gonna dry. If you put product in your hair while it's still wet, you're going to do it up the way that you want it to stay, and then guess what? It's going to dry, and it's not going to look like that anymore.
Right.
All right? So you want to do it dry, and that way it'll be perfect just how you want it all day. Now, this isn't a super heavy hold, all right? So you're still going to be able to have some movement in here.
Okay.
But if you do want a heavier hold, there are products for that. Also, you know, don't be afraid. You can use a little bit of hairspray if you want. It's not that big of a deal. But that's the look, my brother. Hey, that's the look. Just like, yeah. You can bring it up to the camera.
Yeah. Woo! Ooh! Damn, I'm sexy as shit.
Very even cut. Can be
Yeah.
as professional or casual as you would like.
Dude, my hair got like real curly
Yeah,
too.
man. That's the power of the product as well.
Damn.
Yeah. Crispy fade.
Yeah.
There you
Okay,
go.
Mike. Ooh.
All right, bro.
Yeah.
That's a cut.
Hey, appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
Get you all.
you all heard it here first.
You get these guns out, baby.
Y'all heard it here. Make sure to hit up Mike if you need some cuts, you need some practice. Mike, why don't you go ahead and drop your socials? That way people know where to find you and hook up with you.
Yeah. So I got a hair page if you want to follow that, Mike D Styles. I don't post too much on it. I probably should start posting more, honestly. But if you want to get a hold of me, schedule a cut, just look me up at Mike Desabato, MikeDesabato, on Instagram, Twitter, whatever. Shoot me a DM and work something out. You know, I'll come. I've been traveling for my cuts.
Nice.
Personally, because I'm out in Robinson and I live in Plum right now. So as I come home every day, I'm passing every part of Pittsburgh.
Right.
So if you're around the Pittsburgh area, hit me up. We'll work something out. Shoot me a DM. That's all it takes.
All right, man. Hey, again, appreciate it.
Always, brother.
As always, make sure to tune into our website at www.legendsofthestoop.com. Check out our episodes and the services that we provide. And don't forget to use the promo code #StoopLegends for Follow the Trees, Ride the Vibe to get your discount on all CBD products and merchandise. Until next time, this is Mike Pernice. Thanks for stopping by the Stoop.
We're the legends of the Stoop.
We're here to advocate,
Stoop.
educate, and inspire society.
Stoop.
Coming at you live from the South Side. Make sure to tune into our website at www.legendsofthestoop.com. Use the hashtag on all social platforms. Hashtag Stoop Legends.
We the legends of the Stoop. Coming at you live. Right here in Southside. www.legendsofthestoop.com.